meeting of the Recreation Parks Committee. Let's please do roll call.
Chairperson Moda.
It's not here.
Vice Chairperson Watson.
I'm here.
Commissioner Cavagnolo.
Here.
Commissioner Lubes. Commissioner Stolnak.
Present.
All right, thank you. And with that, we will do the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, with that, we will go to public communications. So this is a 5-minute limit per person, 30-minute total, and it's about commission business only. Do we have any public communication tonight? No. You're next. All right, seeing none, we will close public communication. We have a special presentation tonight, El Segundo Youth Drama Performance. Welcome.
Yeah. Hi, we are from El Segundo Youth Drama. We are a Rec Park program and have been part of El Segundo for over 40 years. Fun fact, the clubhouse was actually remodeled with its stage with this program in mind. The performers for our current show are in Tech Week right now, and they're getting ready for our upcoming show, We Will Rock You. The performers for that show are ages 11 to 18, and the shows will be Friday, 7 p.m., Saturday, 7 p.m., Sunday at 2. It is currently sold out right now, as of today, but if anyone on commission needs a ticket, there are tickets reserved for commission spots. So that's this Friday 7 p.m., Saturday 7 p.m., Sunday 2 p.m. Tonight, we have a very special performer, Naomi Kenton, who is 13 and playing the part of Killer Queen for We Will Rock You. And we just want to send a special thank you to the city and the whole community for their support of this program. It takes a ton of parent and community volunteers to make each show happen, and it's just such a wonderful little gym in the city. And now I will prepare the music for Do you want her facing that way, either way?
Either way, the
Okay.
camera will catch it, so up to you, whatever you're comfortable with. Do you want us to come, why don't we go down and sit in the audience?
Yeah.
And then you can project to everybody.
I think the acoustics will work for you, but we know. All right, we'll try and mic this better tonight.
Are you ready for this?
the rest of tonight's going to be a real letdown after that. Thank you so much. All right, moving on to the consent calendar. We have minutes from the meeting of October 15th.
Move to approve.
Any second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, 3-0, so approved. All right, next we have an employee spotlight. Is this one yours, Linnea?
It's not. It's actually library. So Christina Core-Beckman will come up and present.
Wonderful.
Good evening. Thanks for coming out on this wintry Wednesday. So I'm really excited to present Library Assistant Mary Martz, who has been with the city actually since 2018. She started out as a clerk, and then I actually promoted her to Library Assistant in 2022. And currently, Mary works in the Teen and Adult Services Division. As a library assistant, Mary brings her passion and creativity to the position in all that she does. Mary spends most of her time assisting patrons at the desk, teen and adult desk. She's a voracious reader, and her love of books provides her a valuable knowledge of various authors and upcoming titles. Mary plays a key role in the development of the library's adult collection. She thoughtfully displays themed books to help inspire readers and is a regular contributor to the Herald's book review section. Mary also lends her natural creativity to the position while planning and implementing library programs. Her monthly craft and chat programs allow patrons to get together with other adult crafters to create and socialize. It's one of her projects in the picture. One of Mary's most popular programs is her quarterly book tasting program that takes place at the Richmond Bar and Grill. So book lovers gather to talk about books and learn from Mary as she previews a selection of various genres to promote the library and its collection. Her commitment to library work shows as she's always striving to improve her professional skills through webinars and other professional training, attending the library conferences, and also serves as the RPL Directors Advisory Committee as a library representative. We are very fortunate to have Mary Martz on our team, and we're excited to honor her tonight.
Congratulations. So, do you have a certificate or anything? No? Oh, that's okay. We'll get that to you, but congratulations, and it's such an important age, teens and reading. It's just wonderful what you do, so thank you so much. Yeah, let's do a picture.
And usually the person says something if they want.
Yes. Oh, that's a great point. All right. First, we'll have you come up and say something. If you'd like. She has notes.
Don't worry, it's not long. I thank you, Christina. I also wanted to thank you guys for the recognition and take the opportunity to credit my supervisors and my coworkers. I'm really blessed to have real supportive and encouraging supervisors who they're always willing to listen and work with all of us. My colleagues are wonderful, and I work with them side by side, day to day. They've always got my back like I have theirs, and I'm really lucky to learn from them every day as well. So I just want to say thank you so much. I love my job working at the library, and I love that I get to work in the community that I live in. So thank you very much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, so shall we do a photo?
One, two, three. One, two, three. There you go.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Great recommendation. All right, so the next item on the agenda is item 4, Recreation Technology Software. This one's Linnea.
Good evening, Recreation and Parks Commission. Thank you for the opportunity to present an important initiative that will significantly improve how our Recreation, Parks, and Library Department serves the public. Over the past several years, our department has heard a consistent message from residents, program participants, facility users, commission members, and council that we need a more user-friendly, reliable, and modern system for program registrations, facility reservations, event ticketing, reporting, and payment processing. The current system, Civic Rec, has become increasingly difficult to maintain, lacks many features that residents now expect, and limits our staff's ability to operate efficiently. The El Segundo Recreation and Parks and Library Department has been utilizing Civic Rec since the sunset of class in 2017. Our community is growing, expectations are changing, and our current system is not keeping pace. Over the past year, Recreation and Aquatic staff put a list of features and needs that El Segundo and RPL would need in a software system. Internal key features included easy-to-use course building, staff-friendly facility calendars, league management, accessible payment devices and features, easy-to-use instructor portal, membership capabilities, detailed reporting functions, easy-to-use survey features, and features that include event ticketing for wristbands as well. On the public side, we wanted a personalized and easy-to-use website with limited number of clicks to check out, mobile-friendly website, public viewing features for facility reservation calendars, communication, site maps, pictures, and league portals, upload and verifying document features, account management features, membership management for residency, easy to help features, and modern payment approaches for the front desk, portable laptops and iPads, and from their personal devices. One of the biggest criteria was for the vendor to have extensive recreation experience, other clients in the local market, and have the ability and openness to adapt features to clients' needs. To start the process, Recreation Management researched different recreation software options in the area. Management staff met with each software and explained our city and department priorities, current issues, and features needed to enhance our current operations. A large team of Recreation, Parks, and Library staff sat through countless demonstrations from Tyler Technologies, Explore Recreation, Kaizen Labs, and Recreation Technologies. The top 2 scorers had several in-person and virtual demonstrations with Recreation and Aquatic staff, where we spoke to specific needs, layout preferences, workflows, and back-end management. The top 2 also met with our IT department and finance department to go over safety, security, and processes. After many discussions and reference checks with other municipalities, the team ultimately came together and selected Recreation Technologies. Recreation Technologies is a company from Northern California that is built by passionate tech professionals from companies such as Google, Amazon, and Uber. They have a very hands-on approach to research, so much so that they have a campus with tennis and pickleball courts that they program to see the problems municipalities face firsthand. They are in 30-plus cities across the country, including Torrance and Malibu locally. They have a reputation of working with cities to build the program for the user and are constantly coming out with new and updated features. They say partnering with Rec brings modern, delightful, and powerful technology, what public recreation organizations deserve. Since cities have gone live with Rec, they've consistently shown a growth in registrations and reservations, while lessening their facilities' lines and wait times. Rec Technologies provides a modern, integrated, and cloud-based recreation management software platform that is mobile first. As we transition to more modern software, mobile-friendly websites were a priority. As you can see, the examples provided, the transition from the website version to the registration site monitors the mobile version of the site very closely. Here's a snapshot of what you could see for both programming. So you can see on the bigger side is what you would see on the website, and then the smaller one is what it looks like on the mobile side. Currently with Civic Rec, we have to click to view something mobile site or internal, and I'm constantly on the phone saying, just go on the website. That's the easiest version. And then it's the same way for facilities as well. So you see pictures, and then also when you go to mobile, you don't have to click and change over. It automatically changes to a mobile version. One of our biggest priorities was the ease of the customer experience. We found that the registration experience in Rec Technologies offered several features that could greatly enhance our registration process. For example, courses such as water aerobics and drop-in pickleball can be programmed as one course with multiple sessions. Instead of individually registering for each class, each session is listed, and you can select each date and the family members you would like to enroll before populating the enrollment. So before it was like, I wanted the 19th, then add it to the cart, go back, I wanted the 20th, go back. Now you would see every single date, select which ones you want, and you could say, Dave and Peyton are going to drop in. You know, you could add that, and then it populates into one enrollment. Each Recreation Technologies also had a unique fast track feature. This would come into play in programs such as swim lessons or camp registrations. Participants can go in prior to enrollment time, add a program to their fast track, and fill out all necessary forms and information ahead of time. So like a walk home platform, anything that you kind of get stuck when you're doing the checkout on the day of. On registration day, they simply go into their fast track and complete all their registrations. This also helps staff to anticipate registration day needs, as you can see how many individuals have added the program to their fast track. For these same heavily registered programs, Recreation Technologies has an automated waitlist feature that we can set parameters to notify users when there is an opening and set a time frame for how long they have to complete the registration until it moves on to the next waitlist member. Currently, we see somebody dropped out of Camp Cowabunga, we call, we say, please give us a call by 5 p.m. tomorrow, and then we have to hope that it's the same staff the next day or they don't talk to somebody different. This can all be done through the site. Okay. El Segundo also has a very robust membership program. We have El Segundo Resident, Wiseburn Resident, Punch Passes, and annual memberships. This platform can recognize residency, reflect rates for members, and real-time remove punches once used. In our current system, we have workarounds for all. All the memberships in this system are redeemable online and have the option for automated renewal. Looking at Kelly. Yes. With so many rentable picnic areas, aquatic lanes, and courts, Recreation Technologies stood out with several viewable options. In the Book Now view, you can see what times and durations are available, and in the calendar view, you are able to see what is happening in the facility each day. For instance, you can see when a court or facility is reservable versus not, and if reserved, you have the option to see a snippet of either an icon or the initial of who reserved it. For instance, we would be able to show HS for high school or MS for master's swimming, something to reflect who should be on that field or court during that time. Other rental features include instant book options for facilities such as courts, lanes, or small picnic tables that don't need follow-up prompts. For more complex reservations such as recreational rooms or fields, we can have prompts and document uploads as part of the checkout to obtain the user and their vendor's insurance and business license requirements. The last feature I wanted to highlight are the payment opportunities. Currently, most facilities and off-site locations require a physical card that the staff must manually put in for each transaction. Recreation Technologies utilizes Stripe terminals that can be manually or Bluetooth connected to our desktop, laptops, or tablets to accommodate tap, insert, or mobile payment options. This will also provide a quicker checkout process online, as residents will be able to use Apple or Google Pay, much like other checkout websites. In order to go live, Recreation Technologies offers a pretty robust and promising 4-month implementation process. In phase 1, discovery and planning, Recreation Technologies actually comes to our facilities to see our processes and practices firsthand. They can see what the top of the hour is like at the aquatic center, or when staff have to physically remove a punch from a punch card after use. They will also be able to experience the back and forth interactions staff have with renters to collect the needed documents for reservation. Most importantly, they can hear the calls and visits from the public to see what questions and problems come up most frequently and work to create new processes. In phase 2, configuration and building, Recreation Technologies can transfer what data we would like them to from Civic Rec, which they have done a number of times for other municipalities, and build the framework for our soon-to-be system. During phase 3, staff will have an in-person training sessions with the Rec Tech team to learn how to build out our programs and facilities, create user profiles and memberships, and complete transactions preparing for the influx from the public. During phase 4, Rec Technologies and the El Segundo team prepares for the launch. Community outreach and testing begins, user guides are created and posted, and marketing goes out for the new excitement and smooth processes to come. Lastly, we go live. Rec Technologies comes in person to make sure the first registration, reservation goes smoothly. We are hoping this can be summer camp registration. Surprisingly, the recommendation from other municipalities was to utilize the heaviest registered date to go for the first live. Find the most kinks, find the most problems, just get it done with right away rather than one this week, one next week, one here and there. Find out the most in a short period of time. With much needed upgrades comes increased costs. When receiving quotes from companies, we found that a lot of software companies were moving to a percentage-based fee. After internal discussion and running some of our transaction figures, we found we preferred to keep the annual rate. As illustrated, Rec Technologies has a one-time implementation cost of $15,000. There are also some optional startup costs, including the point-of-sale hardware readers and reservation facility signage. So what they do is like on they would upgrade all of like our tennis court signs. When you see tennis court 1 and you say, you have the QR code so somebody can see, oh, obviously somebody's on it. Let me see when available times are. These costs, just estimated with how many we would need, was approximate $6,310. And then after the initial implementation, our annual rate for Recreation Technologies would be $54,000 annually for the 4 years proposed in the contract. Any recreation software sets the department up for long-term success and better positions us to meet the community's evolving recreational needs. Adopting a modern, user-friendly registration reservation system is a direct response to community feedback and an essential step toward enhancing the overall Parks and Recreation experience. This upgrade will strengthen customer service and increase operational efficiency. Tonight, we respectfully request the Commission's support in approving this much-needed advancement for our department and the residents we serve. Thank you, and we are available for any questions.
So why don't we start with Mark, and we'll just go down the line.
How much are we currently paying for our rec software?
So we are at a very low rate. It's like mid 14,000, probably around 14,500 per year, which in everybody that we got quotes from, nobody was even close to that.
How are these guys relative to the others?
Right in the same range.
I know there's a credit card processing fee of 3.5%, which is on the high range, the top end of credit card processing. Are they getting a margin there? Do they take on that, or is that a pure pass-through?
It's pure pass-through.
That's just
And if the city did not want to put that much on the community, they could say we're going to charge, like I think right now is 2.9, so we would put 2.9 on the resident. And
I'm
then
not worried
the
about
rest
the resident.
we would cover.
Yeah, I'm just curious about just the overall
Yeah.
cost to the city
Yeah.
residents and government included. But okay, I mean, I guess my one feedback is like this is the first that I'm really seeing of this, and so it's hard for me to support or approve based on that.
Yeah.
You know, it's great. I'm glad you guys are supportive of it. I assume the back end is much better for the organization and easier for your teams. I assume this will free up time as opposed to use more time. A lot of times with new software, you end up adding complexity. And so whatever efficiency you get, you just add more work and convenience and features,
Yes.
right? Is the expectation that you are going to be spending less time on software as a result of this?
That's our hope, just streamlining our processes, less back and forth, less workarounds than we have now. Everything can be done smartly in the system. We kind of threw all of our weird one-offs that we have in El Segundo compared to other cities, and they didn't blink. They showed us multiple options of ways to handle it, so it didn't seem like we'd have curveballs.
Has this been going on with city council? Like, how has Rec been managing this process? Seems like a relatively long process that you've gone through.
Yeah, so for a while now, we've been hearing feedback from people. We've just figured out when we can take this on. So during this process, we've pulled different companies that we have all heard of, set meetings with them. I talked to them, Allie talked to them about what we kind of wanted, what we're interested in. Then we gathered a team together, basically of all of our rec and aquatics full-time staff. Got demos, got more demos. We brought them things we were concerned about, things we didn't see. We had them come in person. Then we set up meetings with IT, finance, ran their contracts through legal if any of those were going to be a problem.
Was there any user component onto that, on the population, or the,
the
you know,
final-
our side, like just the population side?
Yeah, so the final Recreation Technologies built me a sandbox so that I could play in it, much like what our training site is that we have currently. So I could kind of do a transaction, do a lane rental, see how it is. But part of the implementation process also would do a community testing like we did with Civic Rec when it went live.
When you actually go live, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I have, thanks.
So you're saying that it's after we pay the 15,000, the one-time implementation, and then purchase the equipment, it's gonna be $54,000 a year.
Yes.
So that $54,000 a year, I assume is going to go against classes, and class cost will increase? And what are you projecting that's gonna be, or is the city picking up the tab?
Well, the city does pick up the tab. It would go through the general fund dollars. It wouldn't necessarily be broken out. First year usually is our department would have to appropriate those funds, and then our IT department would take it on after that. Usually it doesn't result in an immediate increase in fees unless we are doing a subsidy study and they say, this is one of our large expenses in the city and in the department, and we need to raise the cost of our programs.
That's the ultimate fear, perhaps.
Yes.
That happens as a
Right.
result. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and then I know you have heavy staff turnover, not only in administration, but just also at the checkout kids and all of that stuff. How easily do you think it's going to be training those constant changes of employees?
It's all rec software is pretty similar in the sense of somebody calls, you're making a registration, you're making a reservation, anything like that, and people pick it up relatively quickly here in our current system. So I think even with a more updated system, it's going to be an even easier transition. I feel like when we train, the biggest hurdles is explaining, oh, this is why it's not that easy to do input a credit card. You actually have to write it, you have to click this, you have to exit that, then click another thing to type it in. Like, it's the one-offs that we really have to explain is why things don't work perfectly. Like, if you buy a punch pass, it doesn't automatically equate to your user profile. You have to add a flag that says punch pass error to get the discount when you're making a lane rental. So all those things right now are hurdles in the training process because somebody who experiences it and knows it catches on. Ideally, with the new system, we wouldn't have those workarounds and those silly little quirks to our system. We would have a much fluid, cleaner process.
Okay. That's all I have.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, great. Joe, did you want to say anything about this, punch passes or anything else about it that you like?
Yeah, I think Linnea's done a great job at explaining how it will increase productivity for the aquatics department. Little nuances like the punch pass, we have to add a flag manually, and then if somebody makes a reservation with a punch pass, then at the end of the day, a staff has to go through and look at everyone who came in with a punch pass and remove a punch manually from their account. It doesn't happen automatically just because the system is able to recognize it. With this new software, it does, and I think that that's one of the biggest examples. It really streamlines a lot of those little nuances that we have to have the workarounds that she's talking about with Civic Rec, and we're not going to have to do that anymore with Rec Technologies. So I'm full support. I was with Linnea for the entire process of viewing the demos and grilling them on all of their features and vetting their references. So I feel like this is a good choice.
I just want to add, I feel like we found in our current process, or our current system, anytime we had a problem or we needed a new workaround or we wanted something built differently, they don't upgrade. You have to put in a ticket and then you have to get communities from all over the US to emphasize your request to try to get them to update something. The top two companies that we are working with are very new tech driven, and they are building systems to what the communities need. And we saw as requests came in, or we even brought something, I think, in one of the demos, and by the next demo, they're like, hey, we built it, and we already have cities that grabbed on to what you thought of and what you wanted in your system. So they're quicker, they're wanting to update, they want to move with the times, and so I have more faith that we're not going to have to be 5 years down the road and be stuck in the same situation where we have to go find another high-tech company to do this.
That was going to be my next question.
Oh, sorry.
So that's great. And then back to what Julie was asking about, is it in budget? Meaning, had you thought when you were doing this process that you were going to have to put aside extra funds for this or get mindfulness? Like, I think in addition to the fee increases, the fear is that we won't be able to do something cool because of this. So what, was there foresight into that?
We knew we were going to soon come to a new system. We just didn't know. At the time of the budget, everybody was hitting us with the 2% of your revenue, or actually up to like 8% of whatever revenue they're going to take from that cost. And we were like, how do we even come up with the budget at that point? So we just made Civic Rec, we cut their term to 6 months to kind of get us through a transitional period. So there is that savings from the 6,000 from the Civic Rec portion. But I feel like in a software component, the cost of even for 4 years relatively is not atrocious in the grand scheme of the general fund.
Yeah, and I would recommend before this goes to council that you bring with you the expected personnel savings, et cetera. That could be like a little mini efficiency study could kind of show, hey, I think we could save this much time or this, and then that also would help you with that argument. Yeah. Okay, so you said it's got the auto renewal. That's very exciting. Another feature that we've been talking about with respect to the pool and also campus is the ability for people to check themselves into the facility. Does that exist in this software?
It does exist if we had a gate checker that you could scan and then open. Like if we built to that way, we could implement that with the system. Like your memberships are on your Apple Wallet, or you can, I think, even get it maybe on your Apple Watch, and you can scan in to anything. We don't have that currently in any of our facilities, but it might be a thing as we upgrade facilities, that maybe even for classes, you could enter into a program that way.
That would be great. But so this extra $6,300 for that's just the facilities. But it says point of sale hardware readers. So that's not that then?
No, the point of sale hardware readers are the actual, I think it was.
Oh, just the credit card scanners.
It's those up top, that picture of the screen that when you're checking out at somewhere that you tap your card to pay, it's those terminals. So those are $350 each. Estimated we'd need about 9 for the department between facilities, and then having some that we can have out at Hilltop to pair with the iPad, or out at events to sell wristbands or tickets at the booth. That's why I estimated great. 9. And then the other one is the signs for the facilities and fields. There's a smaller sign and a bigger sign cost, and so those were added there.
I got that. Okay, so how much would it be to get the readers that allow you to check into a facility?
No idea. I think that's more of that wasn't one of their options, even their proposal. I think that would be a bigger project.
At the pool, you've got a window right there, and you got somebody sitting behind it, so you can have something.
Mm-hmm.
But in these other places, next to the courts, you might not, I don't know if there would be someone there to kind of police it.
Would people break them all the time? What does it weigh your cost?
Well, or is it something you walk out and put up when you do have someone there? Because campus has staff, and so does the pool. So I don't know. I'd be curious to know. I wouldn't slow this down over it, but I very much am interested in exploring that, because for a couple of reasons. One, it would really help us out with security on the sites, which I think during soccer practices, during times when people are in there, knowing who's in the pool, who's not in the pool, I think is really important. It would also help us with what user groups are using and when they're there and that type of thing. That gives us a really nice little accounting for that too. So just something that I'd be personally interested in exploring if that was something that could happen. Okay, events management. I saw a little icon about an event there, Turkey Trot or something. So can this software also manage events?
Yes. So, I mean, the sell of your ticket or your registration for an event, yes. And then you can scan your QR code to get a wristband or into the event. You can do that.
Fabulous. So same with like 4th of July. So no more showing up having to get a wristband at checkout. You could register.
If we have a reader there, yes. You could do either way.
Your
Yes.
ticket could be on your.
Your ticket could be on your phone.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're into it dome
Like
level. where you just
honestly,
walk
it's
in.
the number of times you have to go to checkout for like things
Job
that
security.
should be done on.
No.
No, but I mean, really,
No. It's,
that those jobs are secure
Yeah.
because they're handing out paddles. Okay.
But one of the things too I wanted to bring up is that it was clear when they talked to us in their proposals that when we're talking about costs, that every single city they've gone in, they've upped the processes, that they've actually generated more revenue because it is easier to book a court, it is easier
Yeah.
to book a lane. They're not trying to register for a class and then it's on the 5th step and somebody's annoyed and doesn't do it. Like it's so easy that they're generating more transactions that way.
Yeah, well, even the auto renewal, I've been saying forever, the auto renewal would generate a lot of money in and of itself. And then the website, one of the things that's very annoying now is how you end up in subsites, like the aquatics site and everything else. As you're trying to go, you're clicking through. Is this a single, one app, one site, without all of the where am I, why am I here?
It's a little tough because we have the city's website that each department has theirs, which is our esrecandparks.org that links up, has the same imagery as the rest of the city, where this is our registration site. So I think it would be similar to where we are now, where we have the esrec.org versus esrecandparks.org.
Yeah, but I feel like there's duplicative information or something, like you're kind of going through two steps, whereas this, you're just going here to register. You're not.
Just going here to register.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so my understanding, we have two motions here. One is to execute a contract for the 4-year term. The second is about increasing the agreement for the extras. So why wouldn't it, is there a chance that we wouldn't vote for just the one? Like for it all together? Right, the full package. Because why would we sign up for it and not put signs up, for example?
Well, in the event you didn't think we needed to do it through that company, that we would just do it ourselves. We didn't want
I
that
see.
additional cost in there. It's just, we usually have the contract, and I want to have a line in the contract that these are just
Right.
their pricing.
Okay,
Just a formal
okay.
process.
Well, then, does anyone want to make a motion for the first one, which is to execute a contract with Recreation Technologies for $231,000 for a 4-year term?
Is that 231 including the 15,000, the implementation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'll make the motion if nobody else will. I'm delighted by this, but,
I'll second.
all right. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Seeing none, that's 4-0. And then for the second recommendation, for the signage, the $6,310 for the extras. Motion?
Motion to approve.
Second? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, that's 4-0. All right, both motions passed. Thank you, this is long come, we're very excited, as you can tell. All right, item 5 is the 2026 CPRS conference. There's a recommendation to appoint 2 members of the commission to attend this conference. Looks like this is Joe's item, so take it away, Joe.
Good evening. So, as you may or may not know, CPRS, California Parks and Rec Society, is a professional organization that provides development, networking, and training opportunities to people in the Parks and Recreation field. They also put on the largest statewide conference for Parks and Rec professionals in California, and it shares best practices, trends, innovations in recreation programming, in aquatics, parks planning, community engagement, leadership. They also provide legislative updates on statewide policies. So basically, we were able to obtain 2 tickets or 2 registrations to be offered to commissioners. And the benefits of it would be the commissioner-specific sessions on governance, policy development, strategic planning, and it would help the commission to provide informed recommendations to council. The conference is in 2026, March 10th through the 26th, March 10th through the 13th at the Long Beach Convention Center, so driving distance away. Again, we have 2 registrations, so we would need you guys to select 2 individuals to go. And if you don't want to allocate any or only want to allocate 1, they would go to staff. The other one would go to staff.
Is staff not going already?
Staff is going. Staff is going, yeah.
Save us on 1 registration.
Yeah, exactly.
What staff aren't going because of us? Not, okay, just
No,
want to make
no.
sure we're not.
No staff are not going because of you guys. We actually get 1 ticket from the organization's membership. We get 1 free conference registration that goes to commission, and then I actually had savings because we had 1 individual not go that was budgeted for a aquatics conference that took place in October. So we had enough budget to get the 1 ticket that we needed to provide 2 to you guys.
And do people typically go for the whole 4 days? Or is it one of those where you walk the floor in an afternoon and then maybe attend some sessions, but you don't have to be there for the whole 4 days?
Yeah, I think that there's people that come on certain days and aren't there the entire time. A lot of people do go for the entire week, but there are certain sessions that are going to be applicable to you guys and certain that aren't. So if there's nothing that is applicable to a commissioner, then you probably wouldn't need to go. Yeah.
Do I have interest from anyone on the commission in attending?
Right, would be
Okay, and I could, but I'm teaching during some of those times, so I would not be able to attend the whole thing, and I would hate to take up a staff position or,
Okay.
Bob's retired.
so. That's a great point. Bob is not here.
mention this to either of you, that he was interested?
I have not heard anything from Bob. It did just go onto the agenda last week, so we could check with him and then see. It also really is not taking a registration away from a staff member, so if you wanted to look at the agenda and see if there was any sessions that you would be able to make, that you would be interested in, it would be fine if you were to take that.
Okay, well, let's do this. Definitely Mark, and
Okay.
then if Bob wants it, I'll defer to him. If he doesn't, then I'm happy to do it. 'Cause
Okay.
it sounds great.
Do we need a motion for that?
Do we need a motion? Yeah, it looks like we need a motion.
I'll
so-
motion what was just said.
Anyone second?
I second.
All right, super. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, 4-0.
Okay, thank you, guys.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, and once we decide exactly who's going, then I will get them assigned to you. They'll be reassigned, so I'll have to know, and then we'll contact CPRS and get them assigned.
Super. Okay, moving on then to item C, unfinished business. Is there any unfinished business? Seeing none, we will go to D, reports of Recreation Parks and Library Director.
I have her attached report that went out to everybody. If anybody has any questions, I'll be happy to attempt at answering.
Does anyone have questions about the Recreation Parks and Library Director report? Seeing none, we will move on to item E, reports Recreation and Park staff.
The only update I will say is we have the Christmas tree coming in next Monday,
Hooray.
and we're getting ready for all kinds of holiday events.
I saw the stuff go up on Main Street too. It looks fantastic, just really festive already.
Right.
Wonderful. All right, anybody have questions about Christopher's report? All right, wow, giving me an easy night. This is great. Item F is reports from commissioners, starting with Julie.
Nothing for tonight. Oh, wait, yes, I do have something. So we have the upcoming, it'll be the 42nd annual Christmas Eve luncheon at the Joslin Center. And the community is invited to that, but you have to RSVP to the Joslin Center. And I forget what date the RSVP, I think, is by the 18th of December, so that we can have a count. It's limited to 90 people. So if anybody is interested in attending that luncheon, it's a nice catered lunch and some games, and it is sponsored by the Parks and Rec Department and the El Segundo Rotary Club.
Excellent. Is that at noon?
It's from 12 to 2. And that's all I have.
Well, thank you. Commissioner Lubes.
Do we have a separate section for our subcommittees, or should I do that now? This is it. So thank you. Youth Sports Commission met. It seems like we're at a really good place. It was the smoothest meeting in the history of those meetings. And I think it's a testament to the consistency of the meetings, to you and the staff. Congratulations, because it was a really quick, easy, everyone's getting along, everyone understands there's limited. It was really the best meeting that I've ever attended. It lasted maybe, I don't know, 20 minutes. It was short, and it was just awesome. So it's also, I want to thank the presidents for attending. It helps when they're all there and they all are committed. So it was a great meeting, even though nothing happened.
All right, great. Thank you. Commissioner Cavagnolo.
Just some updates from the aquatic subcommittee meeting. So plunge target timeline right now is Feb 28. There's still a lot of work to be done, including replacing some of the tile on the floor, not just in the pool. So I'm a little bit worried about that, but maybe that's just me. We've raised, I think it's 2.4 million or about 2.5 million of the target for raising, which is good. It's a much better situation than we were last time. We're pushing for more. And we received a presentation from Councilman Hunsaker on lane allocation prioritization. So effectively looking at how we prioritize lanes, should lanes become available from one of the parties, with the whole structure of prioritization, namely coming from the field allocation structure. So we provided feedback, which hopefully they'll take with them and provide an amended allocation guideline that they'll then present to us before it goes on to City Council. But effectively, the changes were just structuring it so it's a little bit more applicable to aquatics and for the field, just because you got different types of user groups, et cetera. That's all I got.
All right, thank you. And then there's just me. Just again, congratulations to Mary. I think the library is so important, and that particular age group is particularly important. So it's really nice to hear everything that she's working on. With that, I will end the regular meeting of the Recreation and Parks Commission meeting. Thank you.
Thank you.